Evening, everybody. I'm Don Fritz, governor-elect. I guess governor designate is the official title. Kurt is down now to 45 days. Kurt?
Something like that. I haven't counted them lately.
You haven't counted them lately?
I haven't counted them lately, so.
Hey, let's do this. I'm going to mute everybody so we don't have some background interference. And then if you want to talk, there is chat, or we can go from there. But I'm going to mute everybody initially.
I am back. Thanks. Well, thank you everybody for giving up your Friday evening, or your Monday evening. You know, we've been doing a bunch of these, haven't we, Lisa? I get kind of lost. It's so nice to see many familiar faces. There are a number of you that I want to apologize up front. You've heard this before, and you've heard me ramble on numerous times. I do apologize for that, but hey, you know, you joined us, you signed on, so you get what you get. I'm briefly going to just do a real quick district overview. For many of you, it's repeat. For many of you, it might be something new. It's a PowerPoint. That PowerPoint will be made available to you. There's nothing grand or fantastic in it, except that I am highlighting some of the district priorities and some of our Kiwanis International president's priorities. And it just gives you a sense of what's going on at the district level. I'll try not to ramble on too long, because the real meat of this training session is with our facilitators, and I want to introduce them right now. First of all, I want to introduce Linda Henningsen. Linda is our, well, now you're officially governor-elect designate, right, Linda? Hey, you're muted, Linda. Sorry,
in 45 days.
Yeah, that's right. Well, however many days it is. Yeah. So, yeah. And I kind of skipped over Kurt, and I didn't mean to do that, Kurt. Kurt is our current governor for 45 more days. Kurt, thank you for being here. You have any words of wisdom for the group before we begin?
Keep working on membership. We still got time between now and the end of the year.
All right, let's go. We got to roll. And I don't know if Dale is on or not. Is Dale on? Dudna?
No, this was
okay.
Club leadership.
So then I also want to introduce John Green, who's going to be working with our secretaries. John, thank you for doing this again. I do appreciate it. It was nice seeing you a couple weeks ago in Sioux City. Hadn't seen you for a while. And Kurt is leading the presidents, or the secretaries, I believe, right, Kurt?
Treasurers.
No, treasurers. And John is doing secretaries. You know, I'll get it straight here pretty soon. You know, I didn't put any notes in front of me. So let me quickly head to share screen. You know, Lisa taught me this some time ago, and I've almost got it down where I can do it. So there, you should be able to see. I'll get rid of my toolbar down here. I can. There we go. So welcome to the district overview. It's nice to have everybody here. I appreciate it. For some reason I'm not, there we go. As I indicated, we're going to do a real brief overview, and then we're going to go directly into the training. Lisa found this great picture. And I'm glad she did, because look at it. It's really cool. Everybody's got a coat and tie on. I'm betcha nobody right now has a coat and tie on, or have not had a coat and tie on for some time, especially Bob Brandt standing down there in the bottom of my screen. I'm sure Bob hasn't had one on for a while. But you also need to notice they're all males. And we've, of course, changed that, thank goodness, because we have a tremendous leadership from all of the females in our clubs, and we're delighted to be there. And so I thought this was a fun picture. And oh my gosh, there's my picture. And I've told Lisa many times we got to make that a little smaller. But I want to talk briefly about my theme. And at first, Linda very graciously told me she didn't understand it. And then after I explained it, it made more sense to her. I don't know if she still understands it or likes it or not, but she was kind enough to say it was okay. Someone a long time ago said, to be a good Kiwanian, you have to get in the habit of being a Kiwanian. And, you know, we went through some tough 18 months and maybe are still even continuing with this pandemic. And somehow we have to find a way to keep the habit of serving our community, our children, and sharing and giving. And so I just selected this about 6 months ago as the theme for my years, to keep the habit of being a Kiwanian, because I think we have historically done great work. We have adapted marvelously through the pandemic. We have many, many success stories through the pandemic where Kiwanians took the challenge and turned it into opportunities. And it was so exciting and so happy to do that. So I'm urging all of our clubs to continue the habit of being good Kiwanians. Someone was chiding me at the district convention that my presidency is becoming a bit of a set of sayings and cliches and statements. And this is one that I have been using for a long, long time when I was a professional facilitator. And now I'm using it as a planner for all of our clubs. And that is one of those duh kinds of statements. If you know where you're going, you tend to get there. Took me a long time to figure that out. But as clubs, as organizations, as individuals, we need to live life by design and not by chance. And so if you know where you're going, you tend to get there. And the second part of that mantra is that if everybody else knows where you're going, they tend to help. And so it's really a matter of inclusion and getting lots of people on board. And that's one of the reasons why I'm sharing all of the priorities tonight. Peter Mancuso is our president, international president designate. And you can see his priorities: improve club experience, increase membership, expand the SLPs, offer training, and support the Children's Fund. Yeah, they're pretty standard leadership goals for Kiwanis International, but ones we need to pay attention to. More specifically, our district board of trustees, starting in late 2020, began a discussion about upgrading our strategic plan. We had a strategic plan, but you know, strategic plans are worthless if they just sit on the shelf. And so we've been pulling it out from time to time and updating. And this is our latest version, which was approved in January of 2021, I believe. And as you can see, those goals have become my goals. Build and strengthen local clubs, increasing the kinds of service that we do, build leadership capacity, and most importantly, assist our district and clubs in emerging from this pandemic into a new vision, so that we can not only keep the habit, but improve the habit of Kiwanis and continue doing the good work that we do. And these priorities have been set by the Board of Trustees and will guide my year as governor, and hopefully will guide your year in your role as officers with your clubs. We just wanted you to have an opportunity to see who the current officers are, and there's our lovely pictures, and also the region trustees. There will be one change in this as a result of the elections of the district convention. Gary Muckle went off the board, and he's been replaced by John Bowles as Region 1 trustee. Otherwise, the rest of the trustees are still in place. Perhaps one of the most important roles in the district are lieutenant governors. Lieutenant governors act as liaisons between the district and the local clubs. They know their local clubs, they know their clubs in their divisions, they know what works for them, what doesn't work for them, they know what they need, what they don't need, and they are able to take the resources and the leadership from the district and translate that into mentoring and coaching for the local clubs. You can see that they're almost all full, not quite, I'm still got a couple more, but I'm optimistic. We're not to October 1st yet, and we're going to get there. We will have this list, a formal list of all of their contact information once we get all of this filled out and move into October 1st. I do want to introduce Lisa Berkacek. Lisa is the glue that holds all of this together. Lisa is our district administrator, and I will tell you that she's wonderful. Don't get a big head down, Lisa. Lisa's wonderful. She will answer every question and she does good work. And please use her whenever you have a question or you need some assistance. She provides a ton of information. She has good relationships with all of the clubs, with Kiwanis International, with everybody she works with. She knows how to get stuff done, and she makes us all look good. And so we're delighted to have Lisa with us. And there's her contact information. You may or may not know that right now the Nebraska-Iowa district is in its 101st year. I will get the pleasure of being in the 102nd year of its existence. And if you think about it, think about what was going on in 1920. That's a long time ago. There were a lot of things happening then, a lot of things happening now, but certainly a great many changes have taken place. And we as Kiwanis clubs need to be ready and willing to adapt to all of those changes so that any of the challenges we meet become opportunities for us. I thought it was important that we put in our regions. We're divided in Nebraska and Iowa into divisions, and there are actually technically 26 divisions, and they are divided into 6 regions. And you can see this, the map, and it's hard to see, but the little dots indicate where clubs are within those. And it just gives you a sense. We range from about 100 miles west of the Quad Cities in Iowa, clear just a little bit past Ogallala. And so it's quite a few miles, and we go from border to border. We currently have, I think it's 154, right, Lisa? I couldn't remember when I changed this. I think that's correct. 54 clubs, 25 divisions, one division, Division 22 is divided into 2, north and south, because of a large number of clubs in that division. Just gives you the sense of the structure that we have. I wanted to give you an update on membership. We currently have 4,466 members as of July 1st. I'm sorry, as of August 1st. And Kiwanis International has done the research and has been touting that each member of Kiwanis will positively impact 206 youth a year. And that's a pretty amazing number if you think about it. And if you just do the math, that means we're just short of impacting 1 million youth every year with our services. And I suspect that number is underreported. As I work with my own club, and having been secretary for many, many years in my own home club, it was often difficult to estimate the number of children, the number of youth that we impacted. And sometimes I suspect I probably undercounted. And so I would like to think we do more than that. But we need to continue this emphasis on membership. And I know we tend to harp on that, and everybody gets a little frustrated with that. But we were really down 401 members from July 1st of 2020. The good news is that we've increased. And so we've had great membership among many clubs, and we're now down about 56, 58, someplace in there. And so we've made great strides. And I know that some of you may be aware there's still a membership contest going on where clubs in 2 different divisions, there's $1,000 stipend for services for the individual clubs for first place winners, as well as second and third place. A lot of money involved. One of the things that Brad Boyd, who's our district counselor, says, you know, we don't need more members, we need more hands for service. And that's never been more clear than with my own home club. We're pursuing opening a K-Kids in an elementary, and the discussion has been, do we have the capacity to do that? And we're a small club, and we do a lot of things, and we stretch ourselves a bit thin. And so as a result, we decided maybe perhaps we ought to have a membership drive. Oh, good idea. And so we've begun that process, and hopefully we're going to have more hands for service and be able to continue the level of service that we want. Based on these numbers, if we add 389 new members, we will get to 1 million. And I would love nothing more than a year from now to be able to say that we're impacting over 1 million youth in the Nebraska-Iowa district. I think that would be so cool. So I ask all of you, let's look at ways to add more hands for service in our local clubs. I know it seems uncomfortable, it seems redundant, it seems like a lot of work, but as you know, coming up September, into September, we're going to have some members that don't rejoin. And so we're going to be down even some more numbers. So we're going to have to redouble our efforts to continue to move ahead, especially if we think of it in terms of impacting more youth. I think that's a critical component. We have a number of ways to stay connected. And if you've not been to our website, you need to go there. Between Ron Petch and Lisa, this thing is packed full of information and it remains current. And that's really a critical piece. And so if you have not been to our website, please go there and take a tour, because there's a ton of stuff there. And whenever you have a question, almost always the answer is going to be someplace on that website. And if you can't find it there, then you call Lisa. The second thing that Lisa has started, and I have found extremely interesting and valuable, as clubs, oops, I went a little too far there. Oops, sorry about that. As clubs conduct various activities, they send us pictures and information, and Lisa has put it together into a publication called News from Around the District. And it's a great place to celebrate. It's a great place to share, and it's a great place to get ideas. And so, boy, I encourage you to go there and to pay attention to it. And as your members read it, talk about it at your club meetings. Yeah, you know, it even makes a good program sometimes. We also have a presence on Facebook. I would encourage those of you who use Facebook to get involved. As an old guy that's trying to learn new tricks, my children who are they're adults. They're trying to teach me how to operate on Facebook, and I've been a slow learner, but I'm going to get there. I have begun to join that, and I will become more active, hopefully, in that. So I encourage all of you to get involved, because before long, there'll be another format that we're probably going to have to use, whether it's Snapchat or Instagram or some other ones. Social media is the wave of the future. Well, it's a wave now, and it'll become even more impressive as we move on. I want to talk just a couple of minutes about the District Foundation. The District Foundation provides a ton of funds through grants, and if you have not applied for a grant, I will tell you I have and have been awarded a grant. It's not an impossible task. You can see the grant deadlines are June 1st and December 1st, and you can see all the information, and they have a website as well. You can access that through the district website or independently. Really would encourage you to donate, and as clubs, take advantage of the District Foundation. Right now, I know that I saw Jody Melcher's picture just a few minutes ago on here. Jody is the president of the foundation. She is also our connection to Kiwanis International Children's Fund. And I will tell you, Jody is a great program if you want to know what's going on both of those foundations. Sorry, Jody, didn't mean to give you more work, but you do a good job with this. I do want to talk just briefly about a couple of our youth programs. Camp OK is sponsored by the Nebraska-Iowa Foundation. We wanted to hold one in 21. Unfortunately, we could not generate enough participants. I'm sure the pandemic had a great deal to do with that. And but we will return to the Camp OK in the years 2022. And this is for our upper elementary youth. We also are going to have Key Leader this year. Linda and I have been co-chairing, and Linda's been doing more work than I have. We plan to have this Halloween weekend of October. We are still planning on having it. Of course, the pandemic may have some influence on that, but as of now, we're still planning on it, and we still are planning on bringing a bus from Iowa over to Nebraska for those activities. And so I hope that you watch for the promotions for this and actively recruit. We really like freshmen and sophomores. They do not have to be Key Club members. They can be from any school. We really encourage you to recruit individuals for our camp, for our Key Leader camp. So finally, I just want to end up thanking all of you for being leaders in your own clubs, and thank you for being with us tonight. As I know that some of this will be redundant, some of it will be new information, but please ask questions and contact us at the district anytime that you need any assistance whatsoever. We have a ton of resources that sometimes go unused, and I'm sad about that. I want to help our clubs be the best that they absolutely can be, and be even better than that. And so please remember, kids need Kiwanis. So we're going to move on to the next part of this. Lisa, will you want to give us instructions what we're going to do?
Sure. Don, you want to go ahead and stop sharing?
Oh, I'm sorry. I always have to do that, don't I?
Yeah.
I'm sorry.